Hey YouTube, it's Dawson Rider here with a review of the Power Rangers Jungle Fury 5-inch figures. This is a review request from gokaigergeek. I'm not sure how long it's been since you made the request. It's been quite a while, I know that much. So I apologize about how long it takes. I know I've stated several times in my reviews and various other places that it does take a while for me to get requests out because of new items. So I'm trying to get to them, and I apologize for the wait, but I hope you still are watching and enjoying it. If not, I hope everyone else is enjoying it. This review is for the first wave of figures. There was a secondary wave that included stuff like Melee, Super Legends, Melee Camille, some Super Legends, and some flame effect part versions of Red and Blue. And then there was the Jungle Masters, but I think that this request was only for these. If it includes the Jungle Master figures, then I will try to film another review for those at some point. But this is for the first wave, and probably the best wave in my opinion. So this wave included the core 3 Red, Blue, and Yellow Rangers, labeled as Tiger, Jaguar, and Cheetah Rangers. And then at the time, we got quite a surprise, is that we got Rangers based off of the auxiliary mecha. We've got Elephant, Bat, and Shark Rangers, and then you have what is Evil Space Alien over here in the corner, but he's really Dai Shi. So it was quite a nice assortment for this wave. I guess they wanted to pad it out with more people, but I am plenty happy with it. This is probably my favorite Bandai of America 5-inch wave. So, also of note, I do not have all the accessories. They got lost in the shuffle somewhere. I'm missing Yellow's weapon, one of Red, one of Blue's, and Green's, I believe. So I know what they are, but I just don't have them. So we'll just go ahead and go left to right. Doing something weird and going over Evil Space Alien first, which is, as I said, Dai Shi or Rio if you are a Jungle Fury Geki Ranger person. It's Dusty. He comes with just this one thing, I believe, unless it came with something else and I spaced it, which is a sword, which has a chameleon on it, which is kind of like, I guess, Camille, but it's cool, and I guess I gave him something to hold. But so detail-wise, this guy's actually pretty nicely done. He's got a pretty decent head sculpt, as you can see here. You got some details in here for his eyes, and you even got individual details for his mane here. It's obviously solid plastic, but it still looks pretty good, and the proportions and the details are all pretty show accurate. He could be a little more detailed, but the Space Alien figures are given a little bit less detail. You got mainly black colors with slight gold here, a lion face here. You got some gold paint here for his shoulder blades and stuff like that, and his fists. And then his little crotch thing here. Got some gold plates over here, some decent sculpting in there. As you can see. It's pretty bland, but still pretty nicely done, and it's a pretty awesome looking Rio figure. I mean, I'm glad we have it. I hope they still do a figure art at some point, but I still really like this figure. Articulation-wise, you've got a 360 joint here. You can move up and down. You got a single joint here at the elbow. You cannot... Can you swivel his fists? I'm sorry, I've never tried that before. You cannot swivel his fists, I'm sorry. I thought maybe you could. And then you've got a possible head articulation, but it's really hindered by his mane here. His legs can get some solid movement forward, back, a little bit to the side, so you can get some pretty decent poses out of him. A single knee joint here. But so, obviously not as articulated as something like figure arts, but still a pretty decent figure here. You can still get some pretty good poses. And I definitely miss the 5-inch scale for PR figures compared to the 4-inch one we're doing now. His joints are a little loose. A lot of old Bandai of America figures have a tendency to get loose joints over time. I guess it just depends on the figure. I have some from Galaxy that are fine, but some from Space that are loose, and some of these are loose and others aren't. Now we have Yellow Ranger, good old Lily, or Ron from Geki Ranger, or Cheetah Ranger according to the packaging. Now this is a really nice figure. I really think they did a good job at this. This looks very show accurate. The proportions are really well done. The build looks really good. She's got skinny arms, just like the Girl Rangers. A lot of people complained about her being too skinny, but I thought they got the proportions just right. The helmet sculpt, I think, looks really good. It's almost like a nice shine to it. The visor looks good. What was great is that the Geki Rangers' simplistic design lends to the figure looking really good, so you don't have to put too much paint detail in it. It can still look good. All the paint looks really good. I think the yellow color looks really good. You got the nice spots here. They even got the circle outlines, or the white circle outlines. So very nicely done. Even the I don't remember what they called these, the Geki changers. I don't remember what they called them here because they weren't the morpher, but anyhow, the skirt's kind of made out of a semi-soft rubber plastic, or rubber plastic. I don't know what I'm saying. So it does hinder articulation a little bit, which I'll go over in a second. And by second, I mean now I'll do articulation. So articulation-wise, her head can move around 360. You do get some slight up and down movement, which is nice. Her arm is on a very nice joint here. It's a very nice hinge joint. You can just move all around, get some solid movement here. Single joint here. You cannot swivel her fists either. Now her legs are on pretty much the girl version of the joint the guys are going to be on. And you got some nice movement, but it is hindered by the skirt. I do have two of a lot of these figures because I really liked them, and on one of them I did sort of pull and tear at it a little bit and use scissors to cut it a little bit so you can move it up. Not this one, but another one, so you can customize it if you want. You got a single knee joint, excuse me, there, but still, you can still get her in some okay poses if you desire to customize it a little bit, but otherwise it's a very good looking figure. Now she came with her, was it jungle bow, and it was like a solid piece that became two different pieces, and I could not find it, I'm sorry. But she also came with the ability to not stand when I'm trying to stand her on camera. But this little thingy, which was a training bot from Geki Ranger, which unless I completely missed it, was not used in Jungle Fury. But so that was very cool. It's actually pretty nicely painted. It looks like a nice little buddy. And if I recall, you can combine these with like some of the random non-show weapons from these two to make it canon. But so that was cool, and I believe this did come with her. Now we have Red here, the Tiger Ranger. Once again, looking pretty good. The head sculpt, very nicely done. As you can see, I really like it. The paint's also very well done. Now something I'm going to address here is the fact that these figures' gimmicks are typically a sound gimmick, which you can see there's like a little like slats in here for the sound. So when you make movements with the figures, they make noises. However, I chose to clip the little pulley thing for the sounds because the other Red Ranger figure I have, this is actually the non-sound version. The sound version I have is upstairs. I had opened it and pulled the tab out, and it was really annoying when I was messing around with it. And then in the middle of the night, it would literally go off, so it was so annoying. So when I opened the rest of them, I just clipped the tab really close and didn't bother pulling it out. So if you're here to see the sounds for these figures, I apologize. You're not going to hear them. But so anyway, the paint's pretty well done. It does bother me a little bit that it's a darker red here compared to the arms, but it's not that terrible. But otherwise, all the paint looks really good. Like I said before, the Geki Ranger's designs are really simplistic, so it lends to making some pretty decent figures because they look really basic. But the paint's all still pretty well done on them. Good looking figure. Articulation-wise, you have this nice hinge joint for 360 movement, up and down. Single elbow joint here. You can actually swivel his fists, or it's more like his wrists entirely, up to the Geki changers. A nice ball joint here on his leg. You got some really great range of movement here. Single knee joint here, swiveling here at the foot, and you can actually bend it back and forth. So some really great articulation out of this. And I love this mold because, as most of you know, if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with 5-inch Power Rangers lines. And they tend to have these muscle head PR figures. And this was like the first year that we got some actual slender build figures that are more accurate to the way they are on the show. And that was really nice. And he came with a couple things. I don't have all of them. He also came with the ability to not stand when I need him to on camera, so that's fun because he's embarrassing me. He came with, I don't know, I couldn't pick that up, the Jungle Chucks here, which are just basically solid gray plastic like usual. They can move a little bit. You can put them in his hands or whatever. He also came with this like tiger cannon thing, which isn't in the show. It was just like a little tiger blaster arm piece that I believe you could combine with this little robot here. But so I couldn't find that, but it's not all that important. Next we have Blue. I'm not going to bother going over articulation because it's the same mold. But this same level of decent detail here. Once again, simplistic detail lends to a good figure. I don't know what I'm saying. I lost that sentence. But anyway, the head sculpt looks really good. Did a good job on it here. Job it. The paint all looks good. I don't see any color discrepancies. It's a nice dark blue. He looks really cool. Good job. Once again, same articulation. These past two I do not have any loose joints with, in case anyone was wondering. But so yeah, the same articulation, but he looks very good. So blue gets pretty much glossed over. So now we get what were the biggest... oh wait, I almost forgot. He comes with his jungle tonfas here, which are basically a variation of the weapon he holds in his hands. He also, I believe, came with a sort of hand cannon thing like Red had that you can combine with that, but I could not find it, I'm sorry. So now we have the Jungle Fury Elephant Ranger. So based off the design of the Elephant Auxiliary Mech, which is really cool. This version did not appear in the show, the Jungle Master version did, but I'm still really glad we got this. I love the head sculpt, I think they did a really good job on it. I really enjoy it, like the way they took the Geki Ranger, like sort of simplistic idea and applied it to the elephant, and even gave it tusks, which is really cool. You got sort of this elephant-like trunk design down here, and it's mainly black actually, in contrasts with the green, which is opposed to them being primarily their colors with some black details, which I thought was a really nice choice. I just kind of have him in a pose here. So he's primarily black. You can see green details here. He's got green, whatever these are called here, jungle claws or something, and they actually made a version of these at Toys R Us, not Toys R Us, a Disney store. And you can see right here, here's where I cut the tab. I need to get this one a little better, but so you can't hear the noises. But very nicely detailed. I really like the paint colors on him. I really love his design. No loose joint problems. Once again, he shares the same mold with red and blue, so same articulation, which is pretty good. He came with a shield weapon. I believe it was a shield weapon, and I do not have it. I mean, I do, I just don't know where it is, and I apologize. Now we have the Jungle Fury Bat Ranger. He came with these sort of pseudo-fan blade weapons, which are sort of meant to evoke the fan, but they're more like blades. Which I guess is fine. Part of me wishes that they just came with their individual weapons, or maybe the master ones later, but that's what he came with. Bat, I always have a hard time deciding which of these is my favorite. I tend to lean towards the Bat just because it's really cool. He's got a really cool head sculpt with the black and silver contrast. It looks really good, and I love the way they did it. Once again, he's kind of got a different thing going on. He's primarily silver in the chest area, like a shiny silver with the black contrast, which is really cool, and it looks good. Obviously, there's no Disney Store exclusive version of these because they're pretty much the same as the Geki Rangers, or the regular Rangers. But I really like his design. He looks really cool. Once again, a really cool looking figure. Love me some Bat Ranger. So you can put your weapons on later after the show. Now we have Shark Ranger, which is interesting because he's also going to be blue, but he's more of like a teal blue, which it's a darker blue in this figure as opposed to the Shark Ranger, the Shark Zord, which is a lighter blue in the show. And when you get the Jungle Master mode, it's actually more of a matching color. But I really like this color nonetheless. I can't really picture this one looking... I don't know, just like looking with the lighter color as compared to the Jungle Master. I don't know. But so here you have his head sculpt. Once again, pretty cool. I like how they kind of gave him like this nose type deal here and used it to accentuate the sort of thin visors that the Jungle Fury and Geki Rangers have. So I think it worked really well. Like, I love how all these helmets, like the designs are like these sort of animal mixed with modern design, and I love the way they did Elephant, Bat, and Shark. But he, again, like Green, is primarily black in his chest and arm area, with blue, like, sort of fin details given here with the white surroundings. So I like the way they kind of made these guys their own. He's got his own Geki Changers. I'm so sorry, I forget what they're called. I'm not trying to be a Sentai snob, I just can't remember. That have a little fin on them. Not sold at the Disney Store, but still cool. Once again, same mold, so you're going to have the same articulation as red and blue. But a very nice figure. I really enjoy it. His weapon was sort of a long shark saber, which isn't too far off from the actual weapon, so I don't know why they didn't just include the real one, but that's still fine. But so overall, I still love these figures. As I said, they're probably... Actually, they are my favorite Bandai of America Power Rangers figures, period, and definitely of the 5-inch line. They just did such a great job actually getting the slender build right for the Rangers, and the articulation was really well done. The details were really well done. You got some really cool American exclusive Rangers. There were just some really exciting figures to get, because I was already excited to get posable figures of the Geki Rangers, but to get these 3 bonus cool guys and an awesome Rio figure, which is really cool. So I still absolutely love these. If you're a fan of Jungle Fury or Geki Ranger, I can highly, highly recommend you hunt these down on eBay. haven't checked prices, but I can't imagine that'd be too hard to hunt down. Like, even though I'm hoping for figure arts of Geki Rangers, I'm still always gonna like cherish these because I think they're really cool figures, and really a high point for Bandai America. I kind of wish they'd go back to making figures like this. One small little note, I have heard a lot of Bandai America figures, these included, to get sticky after a while. That sounds wrong, but like the paint will literally become, like it'll sort of melt and become sticky. None of these ones I have right now have it, but another Blue Ranger figure I have has sticky arms, and I believe it's red, has a sticky chest. So like the paint becomes a little sticky, so I would just keep an eye out for that. But this entire batch is safe. I just have those two that have it. But I have seen it happen and heard it happen, so just a random note I thought I'd mention. But anyway, overall, thanks again to gokaigergeek for this request. Sorry it took so long, but I really love these figures. Definitely recommend them. So until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Toku podcast at writersrangersrambles.com. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.